In the quiet corners of America, two unsettling events shattered the peace and left communities grappling with the unimaginable, teenagers committing murder for the sheer thrill of it. In 2001, the esteemed halls of Dartmouth College were rocked by a brutal crime involving two high school students. Just 6 years later, in Michigan, a meticulously planned act of violence by two teenagers led to a gruesome outcome. Join us as we delve deep into these harrowing cases, exploring the minds of the young perpetrators, the lives of their unsuspecting victims, and the lasting impact of their actions on the communities they devastated. Let's begin. Story 1. In the serene town of Etna, New Hampshire, nestled near Dartmouth College, Professors Haff and Suzanne Zantop had built a life rich in academia and community engagement. Originally from Germany, Haff, 62, was a respected professor of earth sciences, while Suzanne, 55, chaired the German Studies Department. Their home was a haven for intellectual discussions and warm gatherings. On January 27, 2001, the Zantops' residence became the scene of a chilling crime that would send shock waves through the academic community and beyond. That morning, two teenagers, Robert Tulloch, 17, and James Parker, 16, arrived at the Zantop home under the pretense of conducting research for a school project. The couple, known for their hospitality, welcomed the young men into their home. Unbeknownst to the Zantops, Tulloch and Parker harbored a sinister plan. They intended to rob and murder the couple as part of a broader scheme to finance a new life abroad. As Haff Zantop engaged with the teens, suspicions arose. The situation escalated rapidly when Tulloch attacked Haff, inflicting fatal stab wounds. In the ensuing chaos, Suzanne was also brutally stabbed as she attempted to intervene. The boys fled the scene, leaving behind a community in mourning and a trail of evidence that would soon unravel their identities. The investigation commenced immediately, with law enforcement piecing together clues from the crime scene. Forensic evidence, including fingerprints and distinctive knife sheaths left behind, led authorities to Tulloch and Parker. Realizing they were suspects, the teens fled, abandoning their vehicle in Massachusetts and attempting to hitchhike across the country. Their flight was short-lived. They were apprehended at a truck stop in Indiana, bringing a swift end to their escape. In 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that mandatory life sentences without parole for juveniles were unconstitutional. This landmark decision prompted a re-evaluation of Tulloch's sentence. In 2024, a resentencing hearing was held, during which Tulloch's legal team argued for the possibility of parole, citing his age at the time of the crime and potential for rehabilitation. The case has since been referred to the New Hampshire Supreme Court for further deliberation, highlighting ongoing debates about juvenile sentencing and justice. Meanwhile, Parker, having served over 2 decades, was granted parole in 2024. His release has been met with mixed reactions, reflecting the complex emotions surrounding the case. The tragic deaths of Haff and Suzanne Zantop continue to resonate, prompting discussions about youth crime, legal responsibility, and the capacity for change. As the legal system grapples with these issues, the legacy of the Zantops endures, remembered for their contributions to academia and the indelible impact they left on their community. Story 2. In the quiet suburb of Canton Township, Michigan, the lives of 3 individuals, Jean-Pierre J.P. Orlovich, Alexander Letkeman, and Daniel Sorensen, intersected in a tragic and gruesome event that would forever alter their community. Jean-Pierre J.P. Orlovich was a 17-year-old senior at Canton High School. Described by neighbors as a normal kid with an innocent little face, he hailed from a family deeply rooted in the local business community. His family founded and operated Magnum Manufacturing, an auto parts supplier in Westland. Despite his seemingly typical adolescent demeanor, Orlovich harbored a dark fascination that would soon come to light. Alexander Letkeman, 18, was a former student of Churchill High School in Livonia. Known for his musical talents, he played guitar in local bands and was considered popular among his peers. However, his life took a downturn after he dropped out in 2006, following a minor in possession of alcohol charge. This incident marked the beginning of a series of poor decisions that would culminate in a heinous crime. Daniel Sorensen, 26, worked as a bouncer in River Rouge. While his past included a statutory rape conviction at the age of 17, authorities stated that his history had no bearing on the events that led to his untimely death. Sorensen was acquainted with Orlovich and Letkeman, a connection that would ultimately place him in a perilous situation. On November 7, 2007, Orlovich and Letkeman lured Sorensen to a garage owned by Orlovich's grandfather under the pretense of discussing a financial matter. Unbeknownst to Sorensen, the teenagers had meticulously prepared for a gruesome act. Tarps were spread across the floor, and tools such as a hacksaw and knife were at the ready. Once Sorensen arrived, he was ambushed and stabbed multiple times by Orlovich. In a macabre effort to conceal their crime, the pair decapitated Sorensen, used a blowtorch on his hands and feet to eliminate identifying features, and disposed of his torso in a remote area, setting it ablaze. His severed head was later found in the Rouge River, miles away from the initial crime scene. The brutality of the murder shocked the community and led to swift legal action. Orlovich was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Letkeman, who cooperated with authorities and provided testimony against Orlovich, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and received a sentence of 20 to 30 years. In the years following his incarceration, Letkeman's father, Peter, became an advocate for families navigating the complexities of the prison system, aiming to provide support and resources to those facing similar challenges. As we've explored these harrowing cases, we're reminded of the profound impact that such senseless acts of violence have on victims, families, and entire communities. The tragic loss of Half and Suzanne Zantop left an indelible mark on Dartmouth College and beyond, while the brutal murder of Daniel Sorensen shocked and devastated his loved ones. These stories underscore the importance of vigilance, community support, and the ongoing efforts to understand and prevent such tragedies. By examining these events, we not only honor the memories of those lost, but also strive to foster a safer and more compassionate society. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. We encourage you to reflect on these narratives and consider how we, as a community, can work together to prevent such senseless acts in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos of true crime cases like this, enduring mysteries, and more, then please subscribe to my channel, The Midnight Files. I have a lot of creepy videos for you to binge, and I usually upload a new video a few times a week. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay curious.